Every 2 years, the sands of Egypt's deserts and the waters of the Eastern Mediterranean become the stage for one of the most significant military exercises in the world, Bright Star. What began more than 4 decades ago as a symbol of U.S.-Egyptian cooperation has now evolved into a multinational showcase of strategy, technology, and interoperability among allies. In 2025, Bright Star 25 marks yet another chapter in this long-running series of exercises, bringing together forces from across continents in a display of unity and readiness. The Bright Star exercise was first launched in 1980, shortly after the Camp David Accords and the signing of the Egypt-Israel Peace Treaty. At the time, Washington and Cairo sought to deepen their security partnership, projecting regional stability in a Middle East still shaken by conflict. Over the years, what started as a bilateral drill between U.S. and Egyptian forces expanded to include dozens of nations. Today, Bright Star serves not only as a rehearsal for combat operations, but also as a diplomatic bridge, reinforcing alliances and building trust across militaries that may not train together otherwise. The symbolic weight of the exercise is undeniable. It represents the enduring strength of U.S.-Egypt relations, a partnership that has weathered decades of regional upheavals. For Egypt, hosting Bright Star elevates its role as a central security actor in the Middle East and North Africa. For the United States, the exercise signals commitment to regional allies, freedom of navigation, and the projection of power beyond its own shores. Bright Star 25 is expected to be larger, more complex, and more technologically advanced than previous iterations. The exercise brings together not only traditional partners like the United States, Egypt, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia, but also new participants from Europe, Africa, and Asia. This broad coalition underscores the global nature of today's security challenges. Terrorism, cyber threats, maritime piracy, and hybrid warfare transcend borders. One of the defining features of Bright Star 25 is its integration of next-generation warfare concepts. The exercise includes scenarios involving unmanned aerial systems, electronic warfare, and integrated air defense networks. Artificial intelligence-enabled platforms are being tested to simulate decision-making under stress. In addition, naval and air drills focus on securing choke points, such as the Suez Canal and the Eastern Mediterranean, arteries of global trade that are increasingly vulnerable to disruption. The scenarios rehearsed during Bright Star 25 are not abstract war games. They mirror the real threats that coalition forces face in the Middle East and beyond. Counterterrorism operations simulate raids against insurgent networks, incorporating lessons learned from decades of fighting groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Urban warfare exercises prepare forces for the challenges of dense population centers, where distinguishing between combatants and civilians requires precision and discipline. Cyber defense drills highlight the growing recognition that the battlefield now extends into cyberspace, where hacking and disinformation can be as damaging as bombs and bullets. Maritime security operations train navies to protect shipping lanes against piracy and sabotage, an issue made urgent by recent global disruptions to supply chains. These scenarios force participating militaries to practice not only their individual skills, but also their ability to operate seamlessly together. Language barriers, doctrinal differences, and varying levels of technology can complicate multinational operations. Bright Star provides the environment to work through these challenges before a real-world crisis demands it. While Bright Star 25 is, at its core, a military drill, its political and diplomatic messages are just as important. For the United States, it demonstrates ongoing leadership in a region where Russia and China are increasingly active, seeking influence through arms sales and security partnerships. For Egypt, it reaffirms its strategic relevance as a host nation capable of convening diverse allies on its soil. For other participants, the exercise offers both prestige and practical benefits, opportunities to learn from advanced militaries and to demonstrate solidarity in a turbulent era. Moreover, Bright Star sends a message of deterrence to potential adversaries. By showing that dozens of countries can coordinate complex operations across air, land, sea, and cyber domains, the exercise underscores that aggression against one member of this loose coalition could trigger a unified and overwhelming response. As global security challenges grow more unpredictable, exercises like Bright Star are no longer optional. They are essential. The wars of the future will not be fought by one nation alone, but by coalitions, often under uncertain conditions. Bright Star 25 is not just about practicing maneuvers in the desert. It is about preparing for the next crisis, wherever and whenever it may erupt. From the deserts of Egypt to the skies above the Mediterranean, Bright Star 25 illuminates the path forward: cooperation, adaptability, and unity. In a world where threats are interconnected, so too must be the defenders.